One thing I want to add now is some sort of light strips or something that makes it look like my holographic panel is being emitted from those like little illuminated strips. But I mean, I could also just use a normal panel made in Maya the same way I made the rest of the animated panel, and just look for a texture that looks like a line or something. But I'm just gonna make it here instead. But if I create a fill layer, that's not a fill layer, this it is. So I don't actually have an emissive channel that I can paint on. So what I have to do is go to my texture settings and add one here. So let's click on the plus sign and add emissive. And now back in our layers, you see we now have an emissive channel we can paint. So I'm gonna set this to be white and then add a black mask, and as usual, a little paint, and then just reveal it. So I'm gonna paint with white. I'm just gonna click maybe here, shift, something like that, a little bit thinner. Something like this, maybe. And I probably should have made that red, but because we used a fill layer, we can just change that at any time. So I'm gonna add like a very slight pinkish tone to it, and then maybe I'm gonna add another paint, and this time I'm gonna mask out that a piece of that strip. And I might tweak that later, but just for the sake of keeping this tutorial short, the way you would export this is very simple. So I'm gonna go to export textures, configuration, and this was the preset I was using, PBR Metal Rough. But now I don't want to re-export all of my textures. I only want to export the one I just made. Thankfully, PBR Metal Rough comes with emissive by default. So all I'm going to do is simply remove everything else and leave only emissive. And I'm just going to change the name because I want to. And in export, we actually need to change the preset because notice how here it says from cache. So it's using the previous version, the one that includes all of the textures, and I do not want that. So I'm going to look for the original one, the one I just changed. Here it is, PBR Metal Rough. There we go. And if you like expand this little tab here, you'll see that it's only exporting one image. So I'm only going to export this texture now, and yeah, the settings are right. And back in Marmoset, under emissive, just select it and then import our new map. And here we can change the colors and whatever you want. Actually not glow, because apparently it affects everything. Probably the intensity. And then we can animate that too. But that's, we're not doing that in this video. And I just can't help myself, but I want to add more detail. And if it doesn't work out, then I guess you won't be seeing this video. But if you are, then I guess I liked it. And what I was thinking was using a basic brush and then going to my procedural textures and dragging that into the alpha. And then setting the tiling to maybe 8. Oh wait, we can't paint height if we're using black color, because we're using a mask. There we go. Let's make these smaller as well, 0.4, even smaller, 0.2. Is that too small? That looks pretty cool. And we can also add another paint layer on top of that and reset our brush.
and set it to black and maybe paint some of that out. So let's set our symmetry to X. Whoops, what am I painting out? Is this really X symmetry? Yes, it is. And then Y. I think that's too much. Just trying new things. Let's go with that. So of course I need to export my normal map as well. So let's go to our presets, and it'd be way easier just to reset the whole thing, but let me just copy a different map. Normal. Okay, so it's RGB, obviously. So click on the RGB channel and find, I'm pretty sure it's converted map from RGB. I think it is. So I'm just looking at a different preset. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's using converted maps because because if you just export the traditional normal map, that's the one we baked, but it doesn't include all of the detail that we've painted in. So yeah, we're looking for converted normal map. So emissive, we already exported that one, don't need it anymore. And oh my god, I forgot about the name. Normal mesh, I think it is. I completely forgot, doesn't matter. We're using that correct preset. And no, we're using the wrong preset. Wait a minute, this is the one that I want. Mesh, normal, PBR metallic rough. There we go, I just needed to select something else and reselect it so it refreshes. So yeah, I'm exploring the normal map. Probably should have given it a different name so that it doesn't overwrite the one I already have, but it slipped my mind. And if I did use the exact same name, then it should refresh. It did, cool. I don't know if you noticed this, but now my normal map is wrong. So apparently this time I exported the correct one, so I don't need to flip the Y channel anymore. In fact, just to make sure, we can turn off all of our other textures, and you can see that our normal map is applied, but we're getting these very strange edges. So we don't need to flip Y anymore. And this is just my preview cam, so I'm safe to just rotate around. Yep, we're good now. Camera 1. Oh wait, we forgot the emissive. There we go.
So this is the end, and it was kind of a long one because we decided to do this in real time. So we might do it again, we might not, we'll see. I'm just glad you actually reached this far, so I guess I'll see you later, and thanks for watching.